Alf gets taken away by the US military. Alf was an interesting cultural icon in the late 80s. Despite being an ugly, alien pig thing, he endeared audiences around the country and also got a shitload of merchandise. There were even Alf trading cards, and you can't forget those Alf Pogs. I love that episode.
Alf Pogs. Remember Alf? He's back in Pog form.
You traded my soul for Pogs?
So, people got pretty attached to Alf over the years, especially children. So how did they choose to end the series? With Alf getting taken away by the military to be dissected, of course. In the finale, titled Consider Me Gone, Alf receives a radio transmission from some of his friends back on his home planet of Melmac. They tell him that they've purchased a new planet and want his help in creating a new civilization there.
Here, I made this for you. Here's us on Earth, and here's you on your new planet. We're really not all that far away from each other.
Thanks, B.
Goodbye, Alf. We'll always be best friends.
However, the alien task force of the US military intercept the transmission, and Alf is captured by them before he can head home. From the very first episode, the alien task force made their intentions very clear, with plans to burn, freeze, electrocute, poison, physically torture, and dissect him.
We'll see how it responds to intense heat, freezing cold, high voltage, toxic substances, pain, sleep deprivation, inoculation, that's needles, and of course, dissection.
Jesus Christ. And the show ends just like that, leaving it up for all the children watching to imagine these terrible things happening. Now, turns out this wasn't actually meant to be the finale of the series. The showrunners intentionally ended it on a cliffhanger in hopes that the network would pick up the series for one final season. Well, it didn't work. And thanks to their stupid decision, Alf is now cut up into tiny pieces. Well, not really. 6 years later, a TV movie titled Project Alf aired that showed that Alf is still alive, but is on death row with a scheduled execution. While he does end up escaping, he never sees his human friends from the series ever again. The movie didn't go over well with fans, with many of them outright ignoring it and considering it non-canon. When your film is so universally disliked by fans that they'd rather have the canon ending be Alf getting tortured to death, you know you did something wrong.
This is a stick from the roof of our garage. The garage that you crashed into almost 4 years ago now.
To Alf, if you ever drop in again, please use the front door. Love the Tanners. Thanks, guys.
Hollywood, what's old is new again. The TV show Alf, short for Alien Life Form, could be getting a reboot. Who crash-landed from the planet Melmac in the Tanner's garage in the 80s. Now, according to Variety, a new series is in the works at Warner Brothers Studios and is expected to pick up where things left off. How do you do that in this day and age? But Alf left off in 1990. We've got some catching up to do. But some ideas being reported involve Alf emerging from Area 51, of course, after being held captive since the original series finale. Warner Brothers Studios wouldn't elaborate any further on the potential reboot. Can you imagine waking up as Alf today and just being like, whoa.
What's going on?
And I forgot, he eats cats. Do you remember that?
What? I don't remember that.
I'm sorry, that could be a trigger this morning, but they might. I mean, it's keto, Amy.
Right, okay.
A cat
There you
that's
go.
keto.